The Coral Triangle region is an area brimming with majestic wonders, beautiful array of colors, and spectacle of life, on land and below water. A treasure trove of invaluable marine resources, the Coral Triangle is known as the nursery of the seas, nurturing 37% of the world's species of reef fish. It is also home to more than 425 million people, more than one-third of whom directly depend on marine and coastal ecosystems resources for food and livelihood. Recognizing the need to safeguard the resources of the Coral Triangle, leaders from 6 countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, Papua New Guinea, the Philippines, Solomon Islands, and Timor-Leste, joined together in 2009 to form the Coral Triangle Initiative on Coral Reefs, Fisheries, and Food Security, or the CTI-CFF. In the same year, CTI-CFF adopted a regional plan of action, laying out the framework for both regional and national actions for the sustainable management of the Coral Triangle. Since then, CTI-CFF has established collaborative arrangements and action programs to meet its objectives and goals. This includes the establishment of a regional secretariat for the CTI-CFF in 2015 to provide greater efficiency in the coordination process for the implementation of regional plans of action. The support of member countries and substantial investments by strategic partners, CTI-CFF has made significant accomplishments to meet its goals. Sulawesi Seascape was the first CTI-CFF priority seascape endorsed and adopted by member countries. The Bismarck Solomon Sea Priority Seascape and the Lesser Sunda Priority Seascape are the 2 other priority seascapes which are of significant connectivity and ecological importance. These priority seascapes contribute to the efficient and effective management of marine resources. The CTI-CFF released the Toward Ecosystem-Based Coastal Areas and Fisheries Management in the Coral Triangle, Integrated Strategies and Guidance, which member countries had integrated into their own ecosystem approach with fisheries management plans. CTI-CFF has also drafted a region-wide coastal fisheries and poverty reduction initiative framework focusing on livelihoods linked to the ecosystem approach to fisheries management. CTI-CFF, together with USAID, supported capacity building activities that promote sustainable fisheries practices in the region. The Regional Knowledge Sharing on Electronic Catch Documentation and Traceability System will help combat illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing practices, improve fisheries management, and protect people from human rights violation, including gender inequality. With the goal of establishing marine protected areas and ensuring its effective management, CTI-CFF and partners have established a functional region-wide Coral Triangle Marine Protected Areas System. As a means to address impacts of climate change, CTI-CFF published the region-wide Early Action Plan and Local Early Action Plan for Climate Change Adaptation. Member countries, with the assistance of partners, are using these plans to empower local government and communities on coral reef protection, disaster resilience, and community-based adaptation to climate change. CTI-CFF is helping improve the status of threatened species to prevent their extinction and support a healthier overall marine ecosystem. CTI-CFF supported the capacity building on identification of sharks and rays to enforce species protection laws and trade regulations, as well as ensure legal and sustainable use and compliance with international and national regulations. Member countries are completing their national conservation plans to contribute to the Regional Conservation Plan for Threatened Species. CT Atlas has also been developed as a monitoring and planning tool for sustainable management of the Coral Triangle. An online GIS database, CT Atlas provides governments, NGOs, and researchers with a view of spatial data at the regional scale. The CTI-CFF has also developed the monitoring and evaluation system, which collects, analyzes, and reports indicators and monitors progress of the regional goals. An NME framework mechanism was also developed for data collection and information sharing.
Recognizing the role of women in the management and conservation of coastal resources, the CTI-CFF Women's Leaders Forum, or WLF, has continuously raised awareness and built capacity among women to help introduce sustainable development practices in communities. Through WLF, CTI-CFF has drafted a gender equality and social inclusion policy to address gender inequalities and ensure equal opportunities and respect for all individuals, regardless of their gender and social identity. The Maritime Local Government Network has connected local governments across the region to share lessons learned, exchange ideas, and foster intergovernmental understanding. The network is now a CTI-CFF partner, which will help promote and contribute to the achievement of the Regional Plan of Action. Through the Regional Business Forum, CTI-CFF engaged with the private sector, resulting to collaborations in fisheries and marine tourism. It is now being rebranded to Coral Triangle Sustainable Business Forum. To promote conservation and protection of the Coral Triangle, CTI-CFF annually celebrates the Coral Triangle Day. This activity has stimulated greater interest in action from various groups in society to further nurture and protect the Coral Triangle. CTI-CFF has participated in numerous activities of international and regional groupings to share and exchange information, build alliances, and expand CTI-CFF's global visibility towards attaining Sustainable Development Goals and Aichi targets. And to better facilitate proposals and projects with partners, CTI-CFF improved the project preparation flowchart. Paving the way for the sustainable management of Coral Triangle resources, the CTI-CFF is actively pursuing the setting up of the Regional Conservation Trust Fund to provide sustainable financing for CTI-CFF's marine biodiversity conservation efforts and help realize the 30 by 30 agenda. New projects with partners are underway, which hopes to further meet the vast and ambitious goals of CTI-CFF. The accomplishments and gains of CTI-CFF the past years and at present are encouraging and inspiring. However, the Coral Triangle is still faced with daunting challenges and threats. To further address these challenges and sustain the gains reaped from the Regional Plan of Action 1.0, CTI-CFF is laying out once again a new framework for both regional and national actions. The Regional Plan of Action 2.0 shall focus and align regional collaboration in support of outcomes that will be considered beneficiary by the country's leadership in the next 10 years.
We at the CTI-CFF and the Regional Secretariat are relentlessly building the capability of the people for better management and protection of the marine resources of the Coral Triangle. Let us strengthen our cooperation and collaboration to ensure the sustainable management of our seas. Let us save and protect our Coral Triangle.
The CTI-CFF has made significant strides. It has evolved to become one of the most important global conservation and development initiatives, a trusted platform for regional cooperation, delivering shared commitments, and finding solutions to shared issues on oceans, fisheries, livelihood, and food security. In the years to come, CTI-CFF shall strive to build resilient coastal and marine ecosystems, sustainable livelihood and communities in the Coral Triangle region for intergenerational sustainable development. Join us as we continue to manage and protect the Coral Triangle.